Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video I'm going to show you a new chest rig that we picked up. I'm going to explain to you why we got it and then some of the perks that I think that you'll find interesting that could potentially help you with your next hunt. So let's get to the video. On bow season's less than 2 weeks away. I'm sure if you guys have been bow hunting for very long, or if you've been doing any kind of research, one of the things that you're going to see that's hit the market over the last few years that's really become popular is these chest style bags that you can carry your binoculars, your rangefinder, a little bit of milkweed, an extra shooting tab, your cell phone, your glasses. All that stuff can be up front and center. I can tell you historically what I've always done is I've always carried my rangefinder in this bag right here. This is my bag that I take with me everywhere. This is what I put my climbing sticks on and my Predator platform. Put the rangefinder up here, that way when I get up in the tree, it's the first thing I do is I start ranging my 10-yard trees and my 20-yard trees, and then I get them all marked out and I put it back up in the bag. I couldn't tell you how many times that I've been walking slow into an area and I see some movement. My binoculars have always been in this backpack. And I'll tell you, when you're on a long hunt and you're going out and you're hiking 2 and 3 miles to and from your stand every day, each day that I go out, I end up taking more stuff out of my bag, stuff that I'm not using. And historically, the binoculars are always the first thing to go. One of the things that I do like, because I've been scouting with this pack now, I've been using it for a couple of weeks. I'm going to show you some things that I've modified to make this a little handier for me and my hunting style, and some of the things that I really love about it. We'll start out with number one. The one feature that was really a big game changer for me on picking this pack out is the ability to have the clips that hold it together right here on the front of the pack. I'm getting older and I don't want to be reaching around trying to put a clip in behind my back. And that may be something that you haven't thought about. It may be something that doesn't matter to you. But I did want a pack where it clipped up front. So I'll zoom in on this pack a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. But you've got 4 clips. You've got these 2 up here that hold the top of the case, and then you got 1 on each side. This material is kind of noisy. If you guys are over 40, 45 years old, you've probably got readers just like I do. And I have, this comes with the piece of elastic sewn on top. It holds your glasses perfectly, and listen to this. It's very silent. Now the material itself is noisy. So what I did is I put some of that camouflage silent hide, or whatever you want to call it, that's kind of a sticky tape that you'd put on your bow or your climbing sticks. I put it in there so that way you can shove your readers in there without making a ton of noise. The next thing is, for the rangefinder, it's got this little bag right here. Holds your rangefinder just perfectly, but listen to this. I absolutely hate zippers, especially when you're up in your tree stand and you're trying to be quiet. It does come with this shock cord, which holds your binocular lid down. What I did is, if you can see these 2 little eyelets right here, that's where the shock cord comes from the factory, and the excess is stuffed in this bag right here, the rangefinder's in. So what I did, since it has the moly on the bottom, is I rerouted that shock cord through this moly on the bottom. Now that creates kind of a V shape, and look at that. Now it's holding your rangefinder. Now, what I've been doing since I've been scouting is I'll leave this halfway zipped up, and then I pull this on around. There's absolutely no way your rangefinder is going to be in there, but to maintain your stealthiness while you're up in the tree, you can zip this back one time, one and done, and now this holds everything nice and quiet. The other thing that I did to make this pack a little bit more for me personally and kind of fit my personal style of hunting is I have always carried at least 1 grunt call with me. Sometimes I'll carry 2. I always leave them in my backpack, and or I'll leave 1 around my neck. The thing that I hate about leaving it around my neck, number 1, it gets itchy over a long hunt, and then the colder it gets, And the more clothes I've got on, the harder it is to get out. So what I did is I zip tied this to the front strap. Now I've got a grunt call, front and center. It's always right here on this pack, and then if I need a different sound or whatever, I've got my extra 1 or 2 that I carry in the backpack. But this way you've always got a grunt call. One of the perks that I can already see that I really like about having this chest rig up front and center, I've got my 10 by 42 binoculars. You can get them out real nice and quiet. It's not making any noise. And I couldn't tell you how many times I've been walking in, especially if I'm getting ready for an evening hunt or something like that. I'll see some movement over there, but my binoculars have historically always been in my backpack. If you've got your climbing sticks or your stand or whatever you're using tied to that, I wasn't taking it off to get my binoculars out. This, I think, is going to be a game changer, because not only can you get your binoculars out and start glassing, if you do see something and you're not sure what the range is on it, you got your range finder right there, and all this can be handled just as quiet as pie. And I'm really, really excited about that. Again, guys, this is a cheap bag, and I wasn't committed enough to spend $150 on a chest rig to decide whether or not I liked it or not. If you guys are saddle hunters and you're used to carrying your cell phone with you in your back pocket, one of the things that inevitably happens every time I get up in my tree stand, I'll feel the thing vibrating in my tree stand. One of the things that always happens every time I get up in a tree, I'll get up there and then I'll feel my phone vibrating in my back pocket. It's very difficult to get that out of your back pocket once you're set up in your saddle. It's doable, you can get it, but it's not something that you want to keep pulling it in and out of. That's the other fun thing about this pack right here, is you do have a big enough pocket that you can shove your biggest cell phone in. And this is that big iPhone. I don't know which one it is. It doesn't really matter. I'm just saying, but now you've got it front and center. That's almost like a friction fit, and I don't picture losing it. Again, if you're worried about losing it, only put it up there when you get up in your tree stand, and then that way you don't have, if it falls, it's going to be right down below you. But I've been carrying my phone right there, doing scouting, everything else, and it's held in there just fine. So long story short, guys, I'm super excited about this pack, and I'm anxious to take you guys with me. I've also got room in here where my binoculars are to carry an extra set of batteries for my action cameras. And then also this side pocket over here, you can put permits or tags or whatever. I'm going to put my milkweed on this side. And then over here on this side, I always carry an extra shooting tab. I couldn't tell you how many times I've been up in the tree and I've either dropped mine or forgot to bring it with me. But that way I've always got an extra shooting tab. And if you guys are hunting with a release, it's still not a bad idea to have a tab or something else in case you have a mechanical failure. Things happen. And I want to be able to, I've hunted with a compound in years past, got up there and realized I'd forgotten my release. I used a shooting tab and the bow shot just fine, and I was still able to harvest some deer meat that way. Again, milkweed on this side. You've got the moly down here if you wanted to attach a knife or something like that. There's a lot of possibilities. This bag's only $40 from Amazon. I'll put a link down below if you guys are interested. I just think this is kind of a game changer. And like I say, the way you can fix this up and make it work your style to where it's still nice and quiet. Listen to this. All you could hear was my glasses. But if you're over 40, glasses are really important, especially your readers. That way when your buddy's texting you or whatever, you can get to your glasses without making a ton of noise, and then put them right back up. I do have some exciting news. We've got a couple more videos that I'm going to be sharing with you. I've kind of upgraded a couple other deals for my saddle hunting this year. I want to share those with you as well. So if you haven't subscribed, I'd love to talk you into subscribing. If you're new to the channel, thanks for watching the video. Please comment down below. Let us know where you're from. Let us know what it is that you guys are using for a chest rig. Again, for me, I couldn't justify the $145 for the Real Good brand, knowing that I wasn't 100% committed to wearing a chest rig. And then, as you guys know, we still go back to Oklahoma, and we'll pull a 2 or 3 week hunt every year, bow hunting on public land there in Oklahoma. Again, guys, we appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes. Let us know what chest rig you're using. Let us know if you liked any of the little goofy mods that I did on this, or maybe gave you guys some ideas on what you're doing. Share it with everybody. Comment down below and let us know what it is you really did to kind of make your pack yours. I'm going to give you a sneak peek to next week's video. If you guys have not heard of Bullman Outdoors, have we got a surprise for you? Again, I don't want you guys to miss out on that. Consider subscribing down below. And until next week's video comes out, be sure to check out one of the playlists of videos that we've made especially for you. I hope you all have a blessed week. And let's get outside and make something happen.